Hello guys, Kid here. Christmas and New Year season are here. Hopefully you guys are enjoying yourselves and get ready for the holidays. And we got ourselves an early Christmas present, as in death. Tokens are so scarce in the game that we've pinned our death right here for a very long time. But today we have got enough tokens and we can unlock death. This is going to allow us to complete some of our high-end decks, like, She-Hulk, and of course, my personal favorite, Deadpool Destroy. Now let's unlock that death. And there we go. We are a proud owner of the card Death. Now let's see how she fits into our Deadpool deck. Now before we get into today's content, do not forget to sub for free and stay tuned for more awesome Marvel Snap content. Now let's see our Deadpool deck that we've been waiting for so long. Of course, it's called Deadpool because it's consisted of Deadpool and Death. Okay, first off, if you don't know, every time Deadpool dies, he gains double his power. So all this deck wants to do is to buff up your Deadpool and then kill him. We got Forge here, we got Hulkbuster, we can buff up our Deadpool, and then the guys like Carnage, Venom, Killmonger, and Deathlock here are gonna kill him. Yep, Deadpool is gonna sacrifice himself for the greater good multiple times in a game. So, show him some more love. And with that, Death is gonna be great because we are going to destroy a ton of cards in this deck. So Death is going to be very low cost when we are trying to play her later in the game. And this allows us for some amazingly strong late game combos. And of course, you guys will know how this deck functions, right? We got the small stuff like the Hood generating Demon, Bucky Barnes generating the Winter Soldier. Yeah, we want to kill those cards in their base form. And finally, when we play something really huge, like a 32 power Deadpool, or a Death, then you can follow up with a Taskmaster. It's going to copy the power of the last card we played. Sounds yummy. And of course, the most famous combo is the late game Deadpool Taskmaster turn 6. Yep, imagine 32 power into each lane. There's not much your opponents can do to catch up. Now without further ado, let us just get into some games and see how the deck is going to crush some opponents. Okay, now that we're going to welcome Death to the family, we're going to show you guys how it is made possible to win games with Death. Okay, Vormir is a new featured location which is going to show up a lot more often, which makes this Death, collection very nice timing. Look at that, we just got our Deadpool doubled once for free. We don't even have to use our destroying cards. Now Deadpool is at 2 already, and we can focus on buffing or destroying him. The Bucky Barnes, okay. I kind of low-key think we both made a misplay here, not putting our stuff into Asgard. But of course, he Bucky Barnes on the Vormir lane. I can't call that a misplay, right? But for me though, I think I should have put Deadpool into Asgard. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed or not. I'm sure you do, but well, in Vormir, it's actually a little weird. After we put our first card down there, it takes a very long time to load. Yeah, that's kind of weird. It's a bug. I think it might be a bug. So let's hope the devs are aware and are going to, fix that. Because that's gonna take up a lot of the player's time. Maybe they're trying to do the calculations, but I'm not sure. It's not much to calc, right? They're just going to, have to note. Okay, is that going to be the first one? That is indeed kind of weird. But hey, turn 4, Asgard, we're gonna try our best to win that. Yeah, that Deathlock is... I can't say it's wasted, right? It does give them 5 power, which is kind of solid. Okay, 8 power. Quite respectable. But well, we got that double powered Deadpool. So there we go. Easy, easy. Yeah, this deck really wants to draw cards because, you know, you want to draw into your Death and to your Taskmaster and your Venom, of course. You want those cards. The more options you got, the easier it is for you guys to win. I guess right now we could just slap down our Bucky Barnes. Yeah, we still don't got our Carnage yet. So maybe if we top that into Carnage, we can destroy that Bucky Barnes. And look at our depth now. It is at 6 energy. So after Venom destroys 3 cards here, it's gonna be 3 cost. Okay, that Claw is actually a very good play. But hey, Deadpool is at 12 power. It is as strong as Death. So this turn is going to be interesting. I mean, usually the best play with this deck, without Death, is going to be Deadpool into Taskmaster, which I think might be a little short of winning this game. Which is why we got a Death here. Oh my goodness, they snap us. Okay, we are in trouble. But the good thing is they got initiative. So there's little room for them to counterplay us. I definitely want a Carnage, but what if they got Leader and stuff? That's kind of weird. I guess what I want to do is split lanes. Definitely Carnage the left to win that. So there we go. We split our lanes. Okay, the Shang-Chi is going to win them the mid lane, because Deadpool is not enough to win that. Okay, Sentinel. Look at that. We clutch the win with our Death as well. Look at that Death doing work. Winning a lane on her own. And then of course Carnage trumps the Sentinel. And that is going to be GG, well played. If we did not have our Death, if we only got Deadpool into Taskmaster, it's a lot harder for us to take this victory. And that's GG, well played to our opponent. And if you're up to this point, do not forget to sub for free and stay tuned for more awesome Marvel Snap content. Okay, we got the Vormir again. It's gonna be good. Okay, we can actually destroy Hood or destroy Deadpool. But sometimes, if you got enough, buffing cards in hand, like, an early Forge, then you could just, wait for the Forge buffing the Deadpool, and then just destroy the buffed Deadpool. But hey, I'm just gonna Hood that. Oh, Venom got destroyed. That kinda hurt. I don't know why they put the Yondu in there. Maybe they don't got any better targets to destroy. I don't know. But if your opponent is playing Destroy deck as well, then your Death is going to be really good. Yeah, the problem is, drawing into her. If we don't draw into that, then it might be a little weird. We're going to hold on to the Demon here, because we want to kill Manga, obviously. Okay, Cloning Vats. Okay, Cloning Vats is so great. Especially for Deadpool decks. But the thing is, I'm a little too high on cards. Okay, Kingpin. That's a problem. So what Kingpin does is, on turn 6, any cards that is moved to that location are going to be destroyed. So we gotta play around that on turn 6. Yeah, Kingpin. A huge problem. We do want to Cloning Vats. Usually what we want to clone is going to be a buffed Deadpool. Which is why I think playing into cloning vets right now is going to be a misplay. We want the card count to go down first. So what I think the best play is put a 5 power Deadpool on the left side and then destroy it. Or we could, go Nova Deadpool into Carnage on the left lane. I mean, right now, I destroy 2 Deadpools, but I only get 1 back to the hand, which is kind of suboptimal. See that? We get a 1 power Deadpool in hand. Not very... Yeah, not a very nice thing to have. And it's clogging our hand, so we cannot draw cards. Yeah, I think I should have played the cloning vets a lot better. But hey, I finally figured this out. I should not clone those low power Deadpools. You should just buff them first and then put them into cloning vets. Let's say if I get a 20 power Deadpool on turn 5 now, I can just slap him down in cloning vets. And our turn 6 is going to be awesome. But now, we're in a little bit of trouble. Okay, this is going to be the Vormir bug. So, bear with the game. Bear with the game, guys. It's going to take a while. Game, please? I think that's a bit of ordering mistake. I should have revealed those Deadpool first and then play the Nova into Carnage. Now everybody gets a little less buff because of that misplay. But hey, we got our Taskmaster here to save the day. Okay, we gotta play around 2 cards mainly. It's going to be Arrow or Leader. But the thing is, they showed Kingpin, which makes me think they want to pull our stuff into Kingpin and destroy them. So this play that I'm going to make is, kind of counter Leader if they play Leader into the left lane. Because I'm going to use I'm going to play the lower power cards first, so they're not going to copy our 10 power Deadpool if they play Leader into the left lane. And this play just plays around the Arrow, pulling our stuff to the left lane. Hopefully it's gonna work, but nope, they leadered. Yeah, Leader is such a cancel card. You just spend 6 energy on turn 6, and you pretty much win when, certain conditions are met. It's just so effortless. I really think Leader should get a nerf, because it's just way too good. But hey, this is a topic for another day. Anyways, GG well played. I tried to play around Arrow, but he played Leader, so GG. Good play on his part. You know what, guys? Sometimes you see a huge opportunity, but you might not take it. So this game, we're gonna show you that. Oh wow, I have not seen Electra for a long time. But hey, thanks. Thanks for killing off our Hood for us, so we don't have to do it ourselves. And obviously, we don't got too many destroy cards in hand. As in none. We actually got none. It's sad. But hey, Nidavellia, do not make the same mistake that I did. Let's say Deadpool is here and it gets +5 power and you destroy it. It is not a 12 power card. Yep, nuked that. It's still gonna be 2 power after they're getting destroyed and doubled. So, that's a fun fact. Okay, we're just gonna slot our stuff into the middle for, destroying. And then Demon is going to try and contest the right location. Okay, I might fail. Oh, okay, the blade actually kills the bishop, so it's gonna be good. They have a lot of 1-cost cards. Party snapping after bishop gets destroyed. That's weird. I think these kind of decks are maybe a Sarah Miracle deck, but I don't see why they are putting so many 1-cost cards there if it's Sarah Miracle. Kinda weird. So they should have stuff like, you know, Angela, Bishop, into a ton of combos. I think they're going too hard. Oh, what are we doing? Almost misclicked there. Okay, now we're starting to destroy stuff, and death is going to be 6 cost now. This actually is not gonna be that good. Imagine a Killmonger right here on turn 5, and then turn 6, our death is gonna be, you know, zero cost actually, because we kill our demon off. But sadly, Killmonger comes 1 turn too late, and we drew DEADPOOL way too late. But hey, last turn we got up a 12 points Taskmaster, which is not too shabby. That Iron Man though might just win him the mid lane, because, you know, if he commits to the mid, and if I don't got enough to, you know, destroy the right. But sadly, I got my Killmonger, so I guess it's gonna be night-night to our opponent. Yep. We have not even made our play. We just snapped to see the reaction, but they retreated. So, you know, good vote, our opponent. And there we go. This is how you destroy your opponents with Destroy deck. Killmonger. It's just so great against those 1-cost cards. And if you use Killmonger to destroy a lot of them, your death is going to be so strong as well. Now moving on to our next victim. So with death, you want to lower its cost as much as possible. And of course, Wave is not in the deck, so you gotta destroy a lot of cards for death to be, you know, very good value. But hey, we got Vormir again. So we could consider just throwing down Bucky Barnes there, because we don't got anything else to destroy. So if we don't top deck into any of that, then our late game might be a little too troublesome if we have not destroyed anything in Vormir yet. Of course, the most optimal play is going to play Bucky Barnes in the middle and then destroy everything with Carnage, so Carnage gets a ton of buffs. But hey, sometimes you just got to make some suboptimal plays because of, you know, locations. But hey, this isn't too bad. A free destroy for your Bucky Barnes. Who doesn't like that? Now we got Hulkbuster, but we don't got our DEADPOOL. So I guess we're going to Carnage here and hope to top deck DEADPOOL next turn. If we do, we can still destroy him and, you know, get a very good turn 5 and 6. So if we Carnage the mid, the best thing next turn is going to be top deck DEADPOOL. We throw it down, Hulkbuster that, and then Venom the next turn for, you know, a huge play. Okay, the Juggernaut. Right. Oh, come on. That's very tough. But hey, we top deck into our death, not DEADPOOL. I guess we just Venom this turn and then Taskmaster next turn. It seems to be the best play here. Yeah, that's kind of a visual bug for Vormir. Even if you have already triggered the first destroy, whenever you play a card or try to play a card at Vormir, it's going to, you know, show like the red moon. Like, you know, oh, I'm going to destroy your card, but actually it has already done that. Kind of a weird interaction. Okay, I think we just slapped down Taskmaster. I mean, usually when I see Daredevil, I would try to win the 2 other lanes. so that they cannot just slap down a Professor X and lock down a lane. But it's not possible right here because we don't got enough energy. I mean, yeah, if they helped a little bit and destroyed one more card for us, we could just throw down Hulkbuster into a death. Then, you know, that's gonna prevent the Professor X play. Because they seem to be a lane control deck. So they pretty much did not top deck into the Storm. That's why they played Juggernaut on its own. But hey, the best play here is just going for Taskmaster. Okay, Hobgoblin. Annoying as always. But hey, it does not affect our Taskmaster play. So, you know, it's cool, it's cool. Now, it's our final turn, and look at our death. 3 power... I mean 3 energy, 12 power. What a good bargain. I mean, yes, people think, yo, Angela's great. 2 energy, 7 power. Or, you know, 6 power right now. But, look at this death. 3 energy, 12 power. Just by, you know, playing out your deck. Yep, I think the Hulkbuster is the best we can do here. So, yep, let's do that. We're just gonna focus on these 2 lanes. And if they got a Shang-Chi, then, well, so be it. Okay. Can they beat us? Okay, Doc Ock. It's not nearly enough, even if they pull the -2. And that's gonna be GG, well played to our opponent. Bam! Another victory! GG, well played, my man. I'm actually having a lot of fun playing this deck. Finally, we made this deck better with our death. Now Deadpool has a friend to play with now. It's just gonna be so awesome. Death, you're awesome. I'm gonna slot Death into some other decks as well, so, you know, be sure to sub for free and stay tuned for more awesome stuff. Of course, this deck is very good on its own, with Deadpool triggering a lot of deaths, you know, Bucky Barnes as well. Hood, obviously, you want to kill that, -2 off. You're gonna make this happen with your destroy cards. Yep, these guys are just crazy. They're out for blood. And Deadpool actually loves getting killed. Yep, the more you kill him, the stronger he gets. Then of course, whenever you've buffed your Deadpool up to a point, or if you played a very cheap death, then Taskmaster is going to sneak a lot of wins for you. Your opponents are not going to expect him, and bam! There you go, 8 cubes for free. Now hopefully you guys have enjoyed this deck. I'm gonna put Death into some of my other decks as well, so you guys are going to see her in action a lot more. Now hopefully you guys are going to sub for free and stay tuned for more. Enjoy Christmas and New Year! Hopefully you guys have a great time. And peace out, guys!